All right, y'all. Happy Sunday. It's episode 180. We got Mugino the Assassin. Let me turn this down. First things first, Merry late Christmas and shit. Happy Hanukkah to all my Jew niggas. And Kwanzaa, if you fuck with Kwanzaa, I don't fuck with no fucking Kwanzaa, dog. Who fucks with Kwanzaa? Anyway, episode 180, the Assassin Mugino. First things first, this was one of them. I know I had that little pause, but I'm gonna say this was a different type of. Well, this reminded me of like the what's that shit when they had the fourth grade Shinobi little memorial shit. That was kind of that type of a pace of episode for me. It was a good one, bruh. I didn't cry. I did not cry. I almost did when that little boy brought Mugino the flowers. It was like I felt it like in my brain, like registering, like a tear was about to drop, but it just didn't happen. But we was close, bruh. And let me say, this was a good episode, man. Especially if you read the manga. Like the first thing, like my first fucking point, bruh. Himawari's vase. When they show up and she's making that little vase, I got hype. Because I know it's like a little bitch doing like arts and crafts and shit. But you just know like the shit that's gonna happen in the future, and we're so close. Next week we start this real nigga shit. I recruited one more homie. I got my nigga Sebastian. My nigga Sebastian, he on board with the Boruto now. We got him watching the anime. He ain't a manga reader. My boy Omar, I'm gonna text him in a little bit, tell that nigga straight up, like, bruh, next week. Cause I recruited him a while ago. I was telling him about the arc was coming up. Right when we were getting the, what was that shit? The initiation type arc for the car, remember? The actuation arc. I thought that was gonna be like maybe like 8-9 episodes. It ended up being like 20 something and shit. So I was like, yo, bro, chapter 16, it's gonna start picking up. It's coming soon, my nigga. And now we finally here. And that was like, it feels like 2 to 3 months. I don't know. It feels like some months had passed since then. My first point, Himawari in her vase, man. If you're a manga reader, you already fucking know. And I like that they added that shit. I like, cause it's like before, well, in the manga it's just a vase. And this, we kind of see Himawari, you know, she's putting her shit together. She's putting real dedication. She told Boruto, like, she looks at the Boruto, she's like, hey, yo, shut the fuck up, my nigga, I'm working. This is important. She's sculpting that shit. She's like, you know, she's doing arts and crafts. She going all out for the vase. It's almost her mama's birthday. And it just adds a little bit more. It adds that much more importance to the vase itself, at least through the perspective of Boruto, who loves his little sister, and Himawari, who's fucking creating this shit for her mom's birthday. Let me sip on this coffee, my nigga. And then on to part 2. Now at this point, we get a little more interactions with Mugino. He's running. I'm thinking some mission's about to fucking go down or some shit. We figure out this nigga don't even pay his tabs. But Boruto reads my mind. That's my second point. Boruto tells Mugino, yo, I thought you were this serious and reliable person, my nigga. I didn't know you was out here stealing from motherfuckers and shit like that. You out here being a goofball. You owe niggas money. You talking about I'll pay you back next mission and shit. It reminds me low key of the Pervy Sage. It kind of reminds me of Pervy Sage. Like he's like this deep intellectual type dude, but he got that side of him where he's kind of like, yo, he loves seeing titties. He owe niggas some money every now and then. He steals money from, well, not steals, but he borrows money from Naruto. We see like Boruto's little coin purse. I think it was a frog as well. It might have been a frog just like his dad. And like you know, we get that little interaction, like that silliness. It's almost shades of Jiraiya and Naruto. Kind of sort of the same. Like, nigga, you owe me some money, bro. Like, what the fuck, bro? You took all my fucking money? Like, that was cool. And I just kind of just hit me right now. But like, I was kind of thinking the same thing as Boruto, because I'm like, dog, what the fuck? Like, who is this person? We just, like, when we first introduced to him, and they're doing that mission with the little Haze Shinobi or whatever the fuck, this motherfucker's cutthroat. He's calling Boruto like a little ass bitch. Like, grow up, nigga. You about to see some real shit when you rolling with a real nigga. Like, I know you 12, but when you with me, nigga, you 18. So like, pull up. Like, come on, stop fucking around shit. Like, he was very cutthroat. And he even scolded, like, he looked like he was ahead of Konohamaru on the food chain, too. Because even at him, he's like, yo, this is how you let your subordinates talk to you and shit. Like, look at them. They're misbehaving. They don't got their shit together. What's up, Konohamaru? But then we get this side of him where he's kind of like owing people money and shit. So at first I was kind of like, yo, what's going on? Are they trying to show him to be more dynamic, which I was like, at first I was a little turned off by it, but then I was figuring, you know what, it's okay, because we also have characters like Kakashi, who's also like a straight up assassin and shit, but on the side he liked to read his little hentai, he liked to read his little romantic novels and shit. So it's like, it's good making these characters more holistic than, you know, just being straight up one way totally, you know. Otherwise that'd be kind of boring, you know. But on to point number 3. At first I started this off like a joke, because when they get to that nigga's apartment, I'm like, bruh, Mugino live like he me, bruh. Like, Mugino live like he living his van life type shit. Look at my roof, bruh. This ain't even a roof. That's fucking, what's it called? Shit to keep me warm. But at first, because I'm like, these are high rank shinobi. I'm like, dog, why you living like this, dog? You're like, you come on, dog. I know you get paid more than these other niggas do. And then it became something I related to. Because, like, at first I was like, dog, you ain't supposed to be living how I'm living, dog. Like, I'm just a nigga in the streets. And you a fucking assassin. You know, you a killer, bruh. But then I related to him because we share a similar mindset. So the shit he was saying in that motherfucking scene, bro, that's facts. Oh, I'm going to just leave it at that, nigga. That's facts. On to point. Damn, I skipped a whole point. No, point 4. This is right. Now, this is where the episode really turned the fuck up. We have Mugino and his connection to the third Hokage, his backstory, and I like how they elevated the relationship between Konohamaru and Mugino, because in the manga you read it, it's more so like, yeah, man, he's a real good, you know, comrade of mine. We go on a lot of missions together. He always looks out for me. He saved my life numerous times. So from that point of view, we kind of just get them as being battle buddy type dudes, and yeah, I owe you one. That we went to war together and shit, and he saved my life, and that's all we get from them. But through this backstory, we learn that Mugino is a person who, as a child, began to idolize the third Hokage, who had saved his life. And it was some crazy ass little plot twist type shit. When that nigga pulled out that knife and they were all gathered around in that little refugee camp, that was crazy. To learn that Mugino once upon a time was assigned to assassinate the third Hokage via being kidnapped by these Anbu members or some group who was against the third, of obviously. But that was a little like plot twist. Like, god damn, nigga, you young nigga shit, doing some young nigga shit. But that elevated their relationship, the relationship between Konohamaru and Mugino, because this kind of makes them seem more like brothers or, you know, family members, as opposed to just being niggas that just were out in the field together and I got your back, you got my back. This goes back to them, like I said, with Mugino being, what's it called? Basically, what the fuck is that? Like an orphan. He's an orphan. His parents died in the war. He ends up, well, he doesn't really get raised by the third, but his mind state changes because of the third, who sacrificed, not really sacrificed, he let the nigga stab him in the shoulder, which is key. Like, that, him getting stabbed in the shoulder, very key, bro. I just reread chapter 16. I'm on like chapter 30 right now, because I'm just trying to, you know, I'm trying to see if I ever, you know, I'm trying to go through all of this shit, bro. I'm rereading this shit, bro. Like, I was on chapter 16, I'm on 30 right now, maybe 31. But either way, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck, bruh? Like, him getting stabbed in that shoulder, the third Hokage getting stabbed in the shoulder is very key. I feel like in a few episodes, maybe next episode, I don't know, dog, y'all gonna see some shit. But it definitely turned up the relationship between, I feel like I'm all over the place, bro. I don't give a fuck. I feel like that definitely aided the relationship we see between Mugino and Konohamaru. They're like, more like, I would say brothers, a form of brother. There's a form of brotherhood there, more than just being a military-based one. And then number 5, this is around the point. I was happy to see some Anbu masks. I haven't seen an Anbu mask in a fucking long-ass time. At first, I thought the Anbu were guards of the third Hokage, but it turns out those were the people who were watching to make sure Mugino successfully assassinated the third Hokage. But it was, you know, it was just cool to see the fucking mask again. It's been a long time, nigga. The world is different, nigga. Do the Anbu even operate? I mean, I'm sure they exist, but goddamn, nigga, we need some Anbu. We need some more Anbu. I hope one of these young niggas grow up to be in the Anbu in Shippuden. Like, well, not Shippuden, but when we get to a time skip, I hope, like, this is what I hope. I want Shikadai and I want Inojin to be part of Anbu. I had a discussion with my nigga Omar saying, like, those two dynamics, like, it just, like, they're on some super spy shit. Like, after we've seen Enogene's little power upgrade where he uses his mom's ability through his dad's ability, like the whole I'm gonna write some graffiti and I'm gonna send that bitch out and then I'm gonna fucking use my senses to just kind of navigate where the fuck these motherfuckers is at and shit. That mixed with the intelligence of Shikadai, I feel like they're on some like miniature Ambu level shit already. So if we get a time skip, I think it would be cool to have, you know, like some of these main characters a part of organizations that we didn't really get to see too much of in like Naruto Shippuden and Naruto. Like we've heard like Kakashi was once upon a time in the Ambu, Itachi was in the Ambu, he was also in Root, but that's more backstory shit. And at the point we're seeing these characters now, they've already graduated past the point of being in the Ambu. They're now teachers or they want fucking rogue or some shit like that. But it would be cool to see, you know, these characters, because there's so many, it seems like there's a lot of characters that we don't really give, like, I don't know, there's probably the same amount of characters, but it would just be cool to see these people be in different organizations within the Leaf, you know? All right, so we got point number 6. Now, this kind of ties into the whole episode itself, and my point is, I feel like Mugino kind of has a feeling that he knows death is around the, well, shit, damn, that's spoiler. I don't know. Fuck. Oh, fuck it, nigga. We already in too deep. But it just seems like the way he's operating, like, hey, Boruto, come to my house. Let me tell you a story that I've never told anybody. It just feels like he knows something is up. But the fortune teller, he ends up buying that turtle. It just seems like every time he goes out on a mission, something is weighing heavy on his mind. It seems like that fortune teller got to him, and he kind of has this sense of, look, man, I want you to take, it's like almost like he's giving Boruto his will. Like, hey, man, here's the keys to the apartment, my nigga. Feed my turtle. You know, it just like the conversation he's deciding to have. And I know it's like a tool for the viewers to become more connected to Mugino, but at the same time, I feel like it's killing two birds with one stone. It's like also, it feels like Mugino is expressing himself a bit more in a way where he knows there's something approaching. And that's more than just talking as a nigga who read the fucking manga. I feel like it's just some type of nature. Because, like, when it comes to this Naruto, the Naruto universe itself, these characters have a psychology. It's so fucking crazy. Like, if you think about a character named Datara, like, all of his abilities aren't just random things that the writer just gave him. It's just, like, shit that blends with his personality. Like, I'll get into that in a different, because I had a conversation like that with my nigga Omar. Like, all these characters are like Kisame. The way he's built, like, he'll never turn on a mission. He has this secret jutsu that self-destructs himself. Like, I'm gonna let these sharks eat my ass because I give a fuck about the mission so fucking much. I ain't never snitching. That's all psychology, bro. Like, the things these people do, none of it is ever random when it comes to the Naruto universe. That's why I fuck with the Naruto universe so heavy. It's like, these characters have authentic feelings, authentic thoughts, like, and it doesn't really, there may be plot holes every now and then, but the characters never contradict themselves. It's so fucking, like, this is brilliant work, bro. I'm just gonna say it like that, bro. I'm gonna give y'all that little 13-minute video right there. I'm gonna try to make the Datara point. Fuck it, now I'm gonna have to think about that. I'm gonna have to, because I have a fucking text. I'm gonna look through the text messages and shit, bro. But I'm gonna leave y'all with that shit there, bro. Take it easy, y'all. Happy Sunday. I'm ready for next week, bro. I don't give a fuck. I woke up kind of like, we're gonna get a little Mugino episode. Like, I was kind of, you know, pacing myself, made myself a little breakfast, got my coffee and shit. But I'm excited, dog. We about to get this chapter 16 popping. I'm ready, dog. I was gonna drop a little bit more, a little something, but I'm gonna just keep it right there, my niggas. I love y'all. Peace. Let's enjoy this experience together, because we already know what the fuck it's gonna be, bro. I don't even know, because I was reading, like I said, I started reading chapter 16. I'm on like 30, and I feel like there's not necessarily a space within those gaps of chapters where they could give us extra anime exclusive. I feel like this is gonna be a ride, bro. Like, this is gonna be a fucking ride. Like, we gonna get chapter 16 shit. From there, we gonna get niggas. Let me just go. All right, peace.